Alright, what we have here is a Ulanzi box. I don't know if you can see that. And it's an anamorphic lens. So it's a wide angle which is distorted to the point that it looks cinematic in certain circumstances, and hopefully it will give a bit of cinematic quality to my phone. What's inside the box is basically two items. You've got the actual lens and the clip-on that you see. So behind the lens cover is, see that, it's a warped glass inside. It'll give you this squeezed image, and the other side as well. Both sides of the glass needs to be covered up, so that's why they've given you this little cover for both sides. And then you've got this clip which clips on your phone like this. Now what I've done is marked it. I don't know, there's like markings to the either side of the hole and one on the top, so that usually helps me to align the iPhone glass with the Ulanzi lens. So if I just line it up like so, see that? There you go. Kind of aligns it. So what you want to do is just line it, tighten it slightly, readjust it, tighten it some more, and keep on going until it's at least finger tight. Finger tight meaning this little dial is tightened with your fingers. I wouldn't overdo it, you might break the phone and ruin your product altogether, so yeah, that'll do. And then you just screw in this 17mm diameter connector. So hopefully you just screw it in, and there you have it. Do it fairly tightly, but normally when you do it tight, you do it to this dial, and this lens glass piece is quite turnable, so even though you've tightened this grip dial, you can still move this around, which has its pluses and minuses. The minus thing is that you can easily knock that out of shape, and then you've got like a wonky anamorphic look, which you don't always need. I also got this moment bag which I got free with the moment filter cover. You see, once you've got this, it's all well and good to have the deformed lens to squash your image, but there's no ND filters, so things can be overexposed. So what I've got is this moment lens filter cover with a 62mm filter mount, and I separately bought this ND variable 2 to 400 glass to go with the filter mount. Basically it's a ND, variable ND, that I can fit over the moment lens. So this lens, I know, is a bit overkill in size to the lens, but it works well, and it solves the problem of overexposed images through your anamorphic lens. And then there's a simple simply pull it over to your Osmo 3 or your stabilization gimbal thing, and you'll notice that it's basically heavy on one side. And you could very push it to the edge. You see that? Further up, pushing it up to the glass, but still, look at that, it's still heavy. There is a solution. I've got this old Ulanzi phone holder, which is called STO2. It's all metal construction and it weighs, I don't know, 20-30 grams or something. So you could place it to balance it, and it usually helps balance it out fairly well, give or take a few adjustments. See, it kind of works. Now immediately you'll see that it obscures some of the glass, some of your screen, but this is a temporary thing. You just will need a counterweight. You're recording most of the time, so you know, it helps me to counterweight. I can easily take it off like that, just to view my images if I wanted to screen. Anyway, let's assume that's fairly balanced, which it sort of is. Now that I've assembled the camera, we'll go out for a walking test. On first impression, you can see that the camera is quite smooth and panning is quite natural, but beware that if you're doing tight pans or if you're in a claustrophobic area, then it can be a bit juddery. I recommend you use sport mode if you're doing that. Double tap the M button and hold it down. That usually turns it into sport mode. Meanwhile, my setup seems almost perfect. The only downside is that the counterweight obscures the screen, and that interferes with switching on the phone, as you have to use facial recognition or you have to use the keypad to tap your password. The added weight could actually induce wobbles into the gimbal, as the motors aren't that strong. Overall, the anamorphic setup induces a cinematic quality that I haven't seen before in any phone system. It would be interesting to see this anamorphic lens in conjunction with a drone anamorphic system. I plan to pay out for a drone anamorphic lens along with my iPhone anamorphic lens together to get some really good ground footage along with some great aerial footage of some action. I hope that this video piques your interest. Please join the live drone broadcast channel on Facebook or subscribe to my YouTube channel for some videos and tutorials about drones.